Warning: everything you see and hear in this video is pure theory and speculation. Welcome to Movie Recap Pro's big plot theory for Squid Game Season 3. Because of Song Gi-hun's failed coup, the Squid Game organization will use the next game to punish Gi-hun and his fellow rebels. As the Season 2 post-credit scene shows, the next game is simply a modified version of Red Light, Green Light. The players are equally divided into two groups, and while facing each other, the players move towards their respective killer robots. The twist is simple. This time, the players get to look each other in the eye when they die, and as usual, flinching gets you eliminated. This also disables Gi-hun's strategy from the first time they played Red Light, Green Light. That said, Song Gi-hun himself won't even compete in the next game. As part of his punishment, he will be treated like the VIPs from Season 1 and will be forced to watch his friends compete. Doing this serves several purposes for the Squid Game organization. First, they make it clear that rebellion is not just futile, but has dire consequences. Second, and perhaps most importantly, this is the only real way to torture Gi-hun by using his greatest strength against him: his empathy. So why doesn't the organization just kill Gi-hun? Because third, they ultimately need him to join the organization, or at least they'll try. The people behind the games haven't killed Gi-hun yet because they believe that he's one of them, as revealed by the fact that Captain Park is actually working for the organization. They knew all about Juno and Gi-hun's plans to infiltrate and attack the island. In-ho, aka the frontman, joined the games not just to sabotage Gi-hun's plan, but to get inside his head. Also, as Player 1, the frontman practically assured Gi-hun's survival with just enough leeway to quell suspicions about his identity. The frontman did all this for a chance to somehow recruit Gi-hun, the last champion and next in line to join the winner's circle. This game will use the exact same room as the last game. This time, however, the killer dolls will be holding a live electric cable. The remaining players form a line and must jump to avoid getting electrocuted. Without warning, daylight turns to night, rendering players blind and unable to see anything. The players must then depend purely on their sense of rhythm or die. The mother and son pair, Young Sik and Ja, are among the first to get eliminated. With Gi-hun's body bound and his eyes held open like in A Clockwork Orange, he has no choice but to see his friends meet their grisly fates, while one attendant applies eye drops to prevent Gi-hun's eyeballs from drying up. Another cuts up and feeds him a perfect medium-rare steak. As a player gets electrocuted, the camera cuts to the sizzling steak on a grill in the VIP room. "Don't be so down," Gi-hun says, one VIP behind a golden lion mask. Any of these players would trade places with you in a heartbeat. But before Gi-hun can reply, the attendant who was feeding him steak reapplies his ball gag. After the second game, Gi-hun is taken back to his VIP prison cell, and soon he is visited by the frontman. "There's a way for you to end all this," Gi-hun says, In-ho behind the frontman's mask. "Join us. You know that you're one of us. Why else would you go back here? And if you think this is an insane proposition, so does Gi-hun." In fact, Gi-hun will laugh at the frontman's face. Yet, while Gi-hun instantly refuses the offer, he can't help but think that this recruitment strategy actually worked in the past. After all, just like him, the recruiter and the frontman were previous winners, positions gained through sheer ruthlessness and guile. Gi-hun is unique in that he is empathic instead of ruthless. Nonetheless, he is a true gambler, just like every VIP. Now it's clear to Gi-hun why Il-nam also tried recruiting him back in Season 1. In many ways, Il-nam was right about him. Gi-hun also proved in Season 2 that he's willing to kill for his goals, and that he has mastered taking calculated risks. In short, while it's not obvious at first, Gi-hun is exactly the type of person that the organization typically recruits. Yet, while the frontman has completely gotten inside Gi-hun's head, the reverse is also true. Now more than ever, Gi-hun understands his enemy. He knows what they want, and he knows how he can win. The next morning, Gi-hun tells the guard to call their boss, asking for an audience with the VIPs. In the VIP room, Gi-hun drops his counterproposition. Gi-hun wants to play Squid Game with the frontman and two VIPs. Gi-hun also picks his two teammates from the surviving players. Season 2 MVP Yoonju and the scammer, former crypto influencer Mungi. The frontman laughs at Gi-hun's counterproposition. Why would we even do what you want? Gi-hun replies, and one last thing. No masks during the game? Dre, a VIP wearing a golden stag mask, says, again, why would we even agree to that? Gi-hun pauses for a moment, feeling the gravity of the words he's about to say. If you win, then you win. I'll join you as the frontman until I die. The VIP wearing a lion mask replies, that's not enough for me to risk my life. Gi-hun responds, you can kill my family if you win. I'm ready to leave everything behind. A nervous chuckle escapes from behind one of the golden masks, and then silence fills the room. Finally, the frontman asks, and if you win? Gi-hun replies, if I win, you stop the games for 10 years. Extending his hand to shake the frontman and the VIPs look at each other for a couple of seconds. Then, the frontman grabs Gi-hun's hand. I like you. Not unlike the finale of Season 1, the final game of Season 3 is an intimate affair. The few surviving players left watch from the stands as the titular playground pastime decides their fate. Team A is comprised of Gi-hun, Yoonju, and Mungi, who are greeted by applause from the small audience. If they win, all the players get to go home with the prize money without risking their lives. And while Team A is wearing turquoise jumpsuits, Team B enters donning the same fancy suits they usually wear. Two golden masks hit the playground sand, and the two VIPs are revealed to be unknown billionaires, unfamiliar to any of the players. But when the frontman removes his mask, Gi-hun is surprised to find out that he's actually player one. Everyone in my team already won the games, says the frontman. Did you really think it would be that easy? Gi-hun replies, I won last time. How hard could it be? The games finally commence. Unleashing a hidden knife, Yoonju stabs one of the VIPs to death, but later bleeds out from his wounds while playing. As the defending team, Gi-hun and Yoonju manage to get one of the VIPs eliminated. And in the end, it's just Gi-hun and Gi-hun versus the frontman. Desperate to win, the frontman breaks Yoonju's arm. However, this gives Gi-hun the opening he needs. Finally, Gi-hun passes the frontman to get inside the circle, winning the very last Squid Game. Gi-hun walks over to the frontman, who's lying on the ground, extends his hand, and says, 10 years with no games. You agreed. We won fair and square. Reluctantly, the frontman takes Gi-hun's hand, who then helps him up. Suddenly, someone shoots the frontman in the head, and it's revealed to be North Korean defector Notu, aka guard number 11. After shooting the guards in the room, Notu walks over and hands guns to Gi-hun and Gi-hun. Thanks. That was the perfect distraction, says No-E to Gi-hun. I'm No-E. Let's get out of here. Unknown to Gi-hun, Juno had already contacted No-East after interrogating Captain Park. In the finale, Juno and No-E finish what Gi-hun started. Gi-hun's men storm the island and arm the players, killing every VIP or guard who doesn't escape. Now armed with all the evidence needed, Juno confronts his ghosts by going after his superiors, who were part of the now-defunct organization. Yoonju finally affords paying for her gender confirmation surgery, and No-Yul is reunited with her family and soul. As for Gi-hun, he is unable to look his daughter in the eyes again, having bet her very life for the final game. While Gi-hun disappears from the face of the earth, Juno sits alone in his apartment, holding the frontman's mask. Whether the games will resume after 10 years remains unknown. So, what do you think of Movie Recap Pro's plot theory for Season 3? Get in the comments and tell us your thoughts on the third and last season of Squid Game.